I thought I'd been to all the beautiful places in Malibu, but this one is definitely up there. Obviously there's El Matador Beach where all the photo shoots happen. There's Malibu Creek State Park, but this one is super amazing because you're above the clouds. You can see the clouds down there. That's where Earth and everybody else is.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boy.
What are some basic drone shots that you can do when you first get your drone? Because seriously, a drone is complicated, man. Since this is the first drone tutorial I'm doing, I just want you to keep this one lesson in mind. To make a shot epic, you don't have to do anything fancy. A lot of the shots you see on commercials and in movies are quite basic. But the concept you want to keep in mind is the reveal. Because in a video you're telling a story. Just think of when you're telling a story, you slowly reveal characters and themes and things like that. So you don't want to just tell them the ending because there's no fun in that. Most of the techniques we talk about today have some form of revealing to tell a story. So it's a very simple way of telling a story without getting into characters and things like that. This is the first time in about a week that I had the strength to get up. So hopefully we can knock out this tutorial. Alright, first is the tilt up shot. You see this a lot in the opening scenes of movies. The most iconic example of this is in the original Jurassic Park, where the helicopter's arriving at the island and it's pointing down at the ocean and slowly points up and reveals the island and the mountains. The tilt up shot starts with the camera pointed down at the first part of the story, and you slowly raise the camera up while moving forwards and backwards to show the background or where the story is going. Now that you got the tilt up shot, you can try reversing it and do a tilt down shot. You're flying forward or back, and as you fly forward or back, also move the camera down. You start with the camera pointing straight, you show the whole scene, and as you pan the camera down, you move the audience's attention down to something that's closer below the drone. The flying forward and up to reveal a scene is probably my favorite technique, and I use it all the time. I first saw it in one of Casey Neistat's videos, and I just had to learn it, and I just kept on doing it. It might seem complicated, but this is how you pull it off. So easy way to practice this is to start low and have your camera pointed at a building, and as you fly forward and up slowly over the building, you'll reveal or see the background behind the building. Doing the reverse technique would be flying backwards and down to reveal the scene, and this is actually a little bit trickier just because for most drones there aren't sensors in the back, so you might crash. So a way to pull this off without crashing your drone is to actually do the forward up technique that we just talked about and simply reverse the footage when you're editing. Just remember, when you're reversing the footage, there aren't people or cars that's obviously moving backwards when you have the footage in reverse. The top-down shot is probably one of the most widely used shots just because it's super easy for any beginner to do. All you have to do is put the camera down to make these shots look more cinematic. Here's a couple of things you can do. You can kind of track something, so fly forwards and back with your camera pointed down. Follow something you can see on the ground. Maybe there's a road or a coastline. Fly the drone up or down so you kind of reveal more and more of the scene as you go up. An obvious giveaway of a beginner drone pilot is that you always fly forwards, which is actually one of the most boring shots. So you can change it up just by flying sideways from left to right or right to left, and the scenery will change a lot more dynamically. Next, we have the slider reveal shot. Basically, you start behind the object where you can't see the full scene or you really can't see anything, and you slide the camera left and right, and then you show or reveal the full scene. They do this a lot in TV shows when they're transitioning into a new scene, so just pay attention to that next time you're watching TV. So just start behind something like a building or a tree and fly left or right to reveal the full scene behind the tree or the building. Another simple shot you can do is simply flying the drone directly up or directly down, and this will mimic the large cranes, or sometimes it's called a jib, that professional film sets use to start the camera low and raise it high to show the full scene behind it. One way to make this shot more interesting is as you raise the drone, you also slowly tilt the camera down and you start showing more of the scene that way. Finally, we have everybody's favorite, the orbiting shot. So yes, most drone apps have a feature that could help you do an orbit shot automatically, but it's actually quite simple to do it manually. All you have to do is push the yaw stick, which is the rotating stick, left or right, and push the directional stick in the opposite direction. So for example, if you push the yaw stick to the right, you want to push the directional stick to the left. And if you push the yaw stick to the left, you want to push the directional stick to the right. I'd love to see some of your videos, so comment below or hit me up on Instagram. I'm always on there at @JeffreyLynn_. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys learned something, and be sure to subscribe, share, and support, and all that good stuff.